What do Mussolini in the 1930s and several leaders today have in common? A pattern. They test rules, watch for hesitation, and then push further. Tonight I'm going to walk you through verified moments where that happened before, and how echoes of it appear now. No drama, just facts, and a question about what we do with them. Mussolini's test, Ethiopia, 1935. In October 1935, fascist Italy invaded Ethiopia. The League of Nations condemned the invasion and imposed economic sanctions. Crucially, those sanctions did not include an oil embargo, the most consequential measure available at the time. Around the same period, British and French ministers drafted what became known as the Laval Plan, which contemplated ceding large parts of Ethiopia to Italy. When it became public, it collapsed under criticism. The verified outcome is simple. The sanctions were partial and ineffective. Italy went on to occupy Addis Ababa in 1936 and annex Ethiopia. The lesson many drew at the time: condemnation without decisive leverage rarely stops aggression. Hitler watches and advances, 1936-1939. On 7th of March 1936, Germany remilitarized the Rhineland in breach of the Treaty of Versailles and the Locarno Treaties. France and Britain did not intervene militarily. In March 1938, Germany carried out the Anschluss with Austria. In September 1938, the Munich Agreement ceded the Sudetenland from Czechoslovakia to Germany. 6 months later, in March 1939, Germany occupied the rest of Czech lands. Each step is a matter of record. The important point for our discussion: the international response was largely diplomatic, delayed or divided, while the facts on the ground kept changing. Spain's warning, 1936-1939. During the Spanish Civil War, the United Kingdom and France adhered to a non-intervention policy. Meanwhile, Nazi Germany and Fascist Italy provided substantial aid to Franco's forces. On 26th of April 1937, the Basque town of Guernica was bombed by German and Italian aircraft supporting Franco, an event documented extensively in military records and journalism of the day. The Republic received volunteers from abroad, but the major democracies did not intervene militarily. Again, the verified pattern: non-intervention on one side, decisive action on the other. Russia and Ukraine, 2014 to present. In March 2014, Russia annexed Crimea. On 24 February 2022, Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. The United States, the European Union, the United Kingdom and others responded with extensive sanctions and significant military and financial assistance to Ukraine. NATO, however, ruled out enforcing a no-fly zone over Ukraine. As of today, the war continues and Russian forces still control substantial Ukrainian territory. Every element of that is documented: dates, measures taken, and the ongoing nature of the conflict. The parallel to the 1930s is not identical. Sanctions and support today are far broader. But the core question remains: do current responses impose enough cost to change behavior? Israel, Gaza, and international rulings, 2024-2025. Since late 2023, Israel's operations in Gaza have been the subject of proceedings before the International Court of Justice. In January 2024, and in subsequent orders, the ICJ indicated provisional measures under the Genocide Convention, binding directions aimed at preventing irreparable harm while the case proceeds. In March 2024, the UN Security Council adopted Resolution 2728 demanding a ceasefire. Hostilities and severe humanitarian conditions have nonetheless continued, and compliance with those measures has been actively disputed by the parties. Those are verifiable institutional acts, their legal effect, their wording, and the real-world outcomes to date. The United States and Democratic guardrails former US President Donald Trump has twice been impeached, 2019 and 2021, and has faced multiple criminal indictments in various jurisdictions. Despite this, he has remained a dominant figure in US politics, continuing to shape agendas and discourse while legal proceedings play out. All of that is a matter of public record. The relevance to our theme isn't about a verdict on any specific case. It's the observable fact that institutions can impose processes and penalties, and yet the political trajectory can keep moving. So what's the honest conclusion you can verify? In the 1930s, we can point to documented cases where condemnations and partial measures did not prevent further escalation. Ethiopia, the Rhineland, Munich, Spain. In the present, we can point to documented cases where institutions have acted through sanctions, courts, and resolutions, yet the ultimate outcomes remain contested or unresolved. Ukraine, Gaza, and the resilience of powerful political actors despite formal censure or litigation. The situations are not identical. Today's world includes nuclear deterrence, deep economic interdependence, complex coalitions, and global legal mechanisms that did not exist in the 1930s. Those differences matter, but one similarity is hard to ignore. When responses lack enforceable leverage, or when coalitions cannot agree on it, facts on the ground tend to harden while debates continue. History doesn't repeat exactly, but it does rhyme. The record shows that abusive power rarely stops by itself. It changes course when costs become real, legal, economic, political, or strategic. The question for us right now is which costs we are willing to apply and when. This is Sheppard Lens Media, independent, unfiltered, human.